For this week's thing, I'm going to go over how I categorize and organize my video reference. Differences between video reference and still images are pretty big, but this is just how I do the video reference. So I'm actually going to do that on my computer with the magic of desktop capturing, so music magic! Okay, so now in the nice digital world, what I'm doing here is I have Adobe Premiere Pro open. You can really use any kind of editing software, but I have this. It's a really good platform, so I'm using it. You could use anything just as long as you can make cuts and edits. It just might take you a little bit more time. Then basically what I'm doing is right now you can see I have 5 different clips in here, and then I have a couple different sequences. I've got one sequence that has all the clips in it, and it has everything all in one nice thing that I can mess with. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm first going to take the latest trailer. So let's go to the latest trailer. Bring that, yes, that's what I want my source to be. Go to there, thank you. And then I'm going to work on this. And what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to go through here and then carefully add in all of the parts that I don't have, that just have the character I'm presently working on in. So you can see here I'm marking the beginning and the end of this piece that has Hiccup, and when he's no longer in it, so he's still in it, he's still in it, he's still in it, oh, he's not in it, that bit right there is not his hair, that's a dragon. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop it down onto my my finished sequence timeline, and I'm going to go through the entire clip that way, just getting out the different bits that are Hiccup. You noticed I skipped a bit that was Hiccup earlier, right here, and that's because it's in one of the earlier references that I have. It's in the first teaser trailer, so I already have this reference, and I don't want to have to go through multiple times of the same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish dropping in everything else right here, and go over how I'm going to use that. Okay, so I've gone all the way through the latest trailer here, if it, ever feels like updating. All the way through the latest trailer, and I've gotten what I needed out of it, which is just the shots of Hiccup. And I'm doing this kind of fast. I don't want to show too much of it because I don't want DreamWorks to sue my pants. But because this is the costume I'm presently working on, it's the video reference that I'm actually trying to get put into a format that I enjoy using. So what I did is you can see all these different little bits of it, and those are all just the parts with Hiccup in it. Now what I do is I take all of that and I put it into this big sequence that has just the bits from Hiccup from all the different things that he does. So there's a bunch of different Hiccups doing a bunch of different things, which is all the video reference that I have presently speaking. And now what I'm going to do is I will take it and I'll go in here and I'll go to export, and you can also see, before I go to export, I just want to note, you can also see that there is no sound file for this. I don't really want a sound file. I don't want it to take up the room, considering I'm not caring about what the sound is. This is just for the visual, because scrubbing back and forth is really annoying when you have sound there and it goes. So, anyways, for me, this time around, what I do is I match the sequence settings. I end up having a much larger file this way, but it keeps it with the aspect ratio, and I generally don't have the boxes. The reason I have a box for a little bit of it is, where's the box? Box here. I have the box here because the highest fidelity file I could find was actually smaller, so that's why I have the black box on that part of it. But that just checks that I have everything. I want it named not all clips. I want it named this. I already made one earlier, so I don't want to replace it. But then you hit export and you export it. So here's what I exported as soon as QuickTime Pro opens, and this is probably the only program I'm gonna plug because it is super useful to be able to single frame through an animation and go, oh look, this certain bit right here I need that bit. How does it work? And if you can single frame through something, it's a lot easier to realize that, yes, indeed, this pauldron isn't tied to this pauldron exactly. It's only at the top. Why do I know that? Because it flaps around. Those kind of things that you may not get if you're just having to play through the entire thing straight ahead. So, without showing anything else, that's my lovely bit on how I do video reference, and then you can get still frames from this, which I can show later on with how I do still frame reference and how I put all that together, which is a whole nother rigmarole. And that's how I take care of my video reference. For any other questions down in the doobly-doo, if you want to support me, there's also links for my Patreon there, I think there. I'm totally gonna go with there. So yeah, thank you.